Hello, good afternoon. Michael Wynn, Chief Digital Officer of Digital Ops, a division of RB Oppenheim Associates. Thanks for joining me today. So today I want to talk about how to rescue your local brand from being irrelevant and invisible. Many successful businesses are literally ignoring the signs and throwing away 80% of their ad budget because they're successful. So why stop doing what we've been doing for the last 3, 4, 5 decades? Um, yeah, all of this really kind of came to, it's been something that we've been talking about and looking at from an agency perspective for the last 18 months. But over the weekend, I was listening to Gary Vaynerchuk do a keynote in Las Vegas where he was addressing franchise and organizations that had to do with food services, would have to do with athletic companies. So we're talking about your Burger Kings and your Planet Fitness, different brands that have franchise and franchisee agreements to have local businesses. And it was very interesting that he was talking about how, some of these organizations that they've been working with for the last 36 months, their corporate structure has been very successful. I mean, we're talking about, top 500 S&P companies with, literally thousands of locations across the U.S. And he was talking about doing, these sort of A/B tests where, in some markets, they would have traditional media buys, and then in other media areas, they would completely eliminate those buys and go strictly digital, Facebook and Instagram. And during these comparisons, it was interesting because he reported that even though the stores who were not investing in traditional media but were investing in social and digital were seeing increase in sales, and of course a lower overall ad budget because of the spend being significantly less, as many of the traditional media outlets are overpriced right now, and that's because people are willing to pay that price. So it was very interesting. So it made me start thinking about, and I was looking around, I was going online, and I was, kind of sitting there this weekend, and I was doing some research for a client, and, I went to their city, and while I was trying to look around and I was trying to see, like, where was this brand, and it was completely invisible. Like, it didn't even exist. Like, if I searched for the city name, the brand was just not there, and they should be. Like, they're literally a key part of the city, but in reference to the city, there was no presence in social or digital of that brand. And I think that's a common mistake and an easy one to fix. But, I think for the most part, we get so caught up in what's worked over the last 2, 3 decades, and we've gotten so comfortable in the status quo, that we just keep on doing what we're doing. So, I mean, really, the question is, are you really a local business? I mean, how do you really support your community? I mean, it's great that you have your business banner on the field, at the baseball field or the football field. You're giving discount cards with your business on it. You're running ads in their local programs, or you're sponsoring different events. I mean, all that's great. I'm being 100% serious. That's great that you are, investing back into those programs. They definitely need your support. But where's the follow through? Where's the follow through in your brand recognizing the the fact that that you're not, there's no follow through? I mean, where is your brand recognizing the community achievement of, high school sports, or, nonprofit awards, nonprofit organizations who work really hard and really provide an incredible human service to your community, and they're winning awards? Where's the follow through and recognition in that? Where's the follow through in the citywide events that are taking place? Where's the follow through in talking about the event winners of the program or event that you were the sponsor of? These are all incredible opportunities for your brand to be recognized as a real local business. And you can do that through social. And when you do it in social, you put money behind it. There's absolutely no shame in doing that. I mean, it's as easy as if your business has a local brick and mortar, you have a physical location building in your local city. If you're not putting a 1 mile radius around your business and running, like let's say over the weekend, you run a Friday, Saturday, Sunday recognition of, let's say the Friday night or Thursday, the local football sports team, wins a really significant game, say congratulations, go Rams, or, go Eagles, or, whatever, name the starting quarterback. That's evidence to your community and will give your brand more lift than you could ever imagine in your local city. And you know what? You could put a $40 Facebook, Instagram ad against that for a 3-day period in your local city and get more bang for your buck than a 1/4-page ad in your local newspaper that would, be like a little blurb at the bottom, probably in black and white that no one would see, or on a $1,700 a month billboard that when people come to a stop, they're, looking at their phone anyway. Or, you can run a $2,500 a month TV commercial campaign. And, what do people do? Yeah, here's the thing. This is another thing that came out of that keynote that I was watching over the weekend in Las Vegas. So Gary asked the crowd, he says, okay, if you're in this industry, or I want you to stand up if you watch more Netflix than regular TV. I want you to stand up. Guys, 80% of the room stood up. Now, he said, interesting enough, the average age of the people in that room, and he said, I'm going to be friendly, is 43, right? So everyone thinks that it's all high schoolers and college kids that are, cutting the cord and watching Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime. Guys, our society is moving away from the norms, which is why, it's incredible, that businesses are spending $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 literally in TV, outdoor, print, and while all of that's going on, we as a society are consuming digital social content at a vastly fast pace. Like, we can't get enough. Like, we're literally grabbing our phone in between a stoplight, or while we're sitting in the bathroom, or in between conversations at dinner. We're with our family. I mean, it is what it is, guys, and it's not going to change. So I think that if you understand what's happening in our society, and you understand that every business in 2019, if you're not thinking about, if you don't have a chief content editor or a chief content organizer, someone who's thinking about how can we tell our story and be involved in our community at the most fundamental level. If you're not doing that, guys, I'm telling you, your brand is invisible and is completely irrelevant. Because here's the thing, guys, when the world goes and when we shift to voice, right? You know what's going to happen? Those companies who have invested in brand for the last, 3 to 4 to 5 years and have been a integral part of their local economy and their local community. When someone says, hey, Amazon, I want a cheeseburger, it's not what they're going to say. They're going to say, hey, Amazon, give me a Five Guys burger, right? It's brand. It's not industry or the general service. And so while search engine optimization is still going to have its place, the brands who are doing and publishing digital at scale and contextual at scale, that's the thing, guys. As a business, you could have 30 or 40 different types of ads running right now, right? So you could have the ad that says, hey, congratulations to the volleyball team, go Cougars. But know who the players are, right? Like, again, it's don't just be trying to be slick, like be authentic and be real and know who they are. Keep on tabs of what's happening in the non-for-profit world, especially all of these sort of areas that your clients and people who are most likely to do business with you, know what's important to them and make that important to yourself, right? That's the way you can really begin to understand what's important to them and how your business can help solve their problem or help make their life easier, is by really understanding and putting yourself in their shoes. And you can do that through contextual digital on social at Facebook and Instagram for cheaper than any other media that's out there. And then follow it back up. Okay, so if I'm talking about running 30 or 40 different pieces of creative, you're going to have some stuff that's completely just brand. Here we are, we're out here, we're supporting the community. There's no click to offer. There's no, there's no trick. It's just congratulations and that's it. But you can balance that with offers or promotions, and that's okay. When you are being authentic and demonstrating that you are aware and you want to be involved in what's happening in your city. I mean, here's the thing. Here in our local market in Tallahassee, Florida, it came out that our local newspaper is going to be folding up shop, and then Gannett, the owner, is going to be sourcing the printing from another city, and then I guess distributing it here. So, which is crazy. I mean, our local paper has been, here in our town for literally decades, like 60, 70 years, and they're folding up shop. That should be a wake-up call. And it's funny too, because I was just looking at the paper today from the weekend, huge full-page color ads from automotive industries, right? Which, again, I spent almost 12 years in the automotive industry. I get it. I've seen $40,000 and $50,000 a month spent on print alone. And, it's crazy. I mean, to think that kind of money. Here's the thing. A lot of successful businesses are ignoring these. Why? Because they're successful right now. The problem is that when the shift comes and people no longer just look for pickup truck, best lease deals on SUVs, right? When we say, what's the best deal on a RAV4 or on a Toyota RAV4, those businesses who have invested in brand are going to be the ones that win. And I think it's something that should definitely be on your radar. If you are a local business and you have plans to be in business in the next 10 years, you better start publishing content at scale right now, and you better have brand visibility in brand relevance in your local market if that's who you serve. If you serve a larger market, then you got more work to do. But this is critical that you understand that the signs are there. Like even last night I was watching Hulu, right? And in between I have like the basic package and commercial comes on. What's the first thing I do? I grab my phone, right? I'm checking Instagram real quick, or on Facebook for a minute, and then I put it back down when the show comes back on. Guys, your brand has to be relevant and it has to be visible. And you need to understand that you are your own broadcast center. And if all you are is standing on the digital street corner, shouting with a bullhorn how great you are and how great your products are, people are going to ignore you. But if you're out there and demonstrating your involvement in your community and that you care about what's going on around you, that says something about your brand, and people are going to remember that. I promise you, because it's so uncommon right now, because the rest of the business world is continuing to follow the status quo, and businesses are continuing to fail. Literally right now, 50% of the S&P 500 companies in the next 10 years are on their way to shut the doors. And that's because they're wasting money hand over foot when it comes to trying to get their brand out there. They're putting, ads in Vogue magazine and, just really outrageously overpriced media, when all of the attention right now, and again, this isn't going to last forever. I mean, I don't know what the time is. I don't have a crystal ball, but I bet, if we've got 5 to 6 years on Facebook and Instagram, and YouTube pre-roll, and podcast pre-roll, those are the underpriced attention things right now. Yeah, great. If you can get some remnant billboard for super cheap, great, do it. I don't care about Facebook or Instagram, right? I just care that it's the cheapest, best, most powerful, most undervalued platform for our clients so that we can maximize their exposure, maximize their visibility, maximize their relevancy in their market, whether it's local, regional, or national. So I want to encourage you guys today to think about that. Think about if you want to rescue your local brand from being irrelevant and invisible, start understanding your position in the community. Drop a digital pin on your building, put some ads together, recognize the winners and the achievers in your local community, and watch your brand begin to rise and become relevant and become visible in your local economy and community. Guys, thank you so much for your time today. My name is Michael Wynn. I am the Chief Digital Officer of Digital Ops, a division of RB Oppenheim Associates. Hope you guys have a great week, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks.